Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode of Straight Talk Whiskey. I'm Nick here with you as always. Thanks for joining us for episode number 138. So today we've got something new for you, and back to that category of whiskey that I don't typically review, but the more and more I say that, the more often I actually review these. So what we've got today is the George Dickel Tabasco barrel finish, and that was some little gift tag if you wanted to gift it to somebody. So again, this is the flavored George Dickel in the Tabasco barrel finish, 35% ABV, so 70 proof, so not technically a whiskey, but a blended whiskey, and a Tennessee blended whiskey at that. So one of the things you may have known that makes Tennessee whiskey different from other bourbons that are out there, I know it's controversial whether or not Tennessee whiskey is a bourbon despite its unique filtering process. I think it is, because it meets a lot of the legal definitions for a bourbon after the charcoal mellowing. So the mellowing process, George Dickel, I guess, is a little bit different than Jack Daniel's in the sense that not that they do something different than charcoal mellowing, because Jack Daniel's also does that, but the original founder, George Dickel, found that the whiskey was smoother when made in the winter months, and so to carry on that legacy, they have chilled that charcoal so as it filters through. Who knows, maybe it has some merit, maybe it doesn't, but that's sort of their thing. Sets them apart from other people, so there you go. So this is aged, I believe, for about 30-ish days in barrels that formerly were aging red peppers that were made for the Tabasco sauce. And so a lot of the mash that's left over in those barrels gets mixed in. Obviously that gets filtered out eventually, but that sort of gives you a little bit of the flavor profile that's going to happen when you drink this. I can't remember price-wise what this was. I got a little bit ago, but I want to say it was in the low 20s, maybe mid-20s, despite all the crazy taxes that we've got out here on it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Another thing that I found in looking around at the bottle itself is that it mentions that there is the essence of the Tabasco sauce, which I thought was strange and wondered what that actually meant. So what they do is they take the that Tabasco sauce and distill it, and then get an essence, if you will, that they can blend in with the regular George Dickel, and then that which is aged in the pepper sauce. So trying to see if there's anything else other than them telling us there ain't nothing better than George Dickel, apparently. Smooth sipping. And it's a good old boy's whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. So anyway, let's go in for the nose. Now you get a little bit of a hint of the Tabasco hot pepper sauce when you go in for the nose, but it's not overly powering on the nose. It doesn't jump out you and kick you in the head. You get a subtle peppery spiciness that's going on. It's again, it's pretty subdued. And once you go in for the taste, that will change for sure. Now, instantly, and I do mean instantly, when you take a sip of this, you get that Tabasco sauce just flies forward on your tongue. And just this pepperiness, the heat of it all just pushes straight out the tongue. It's like you're just drinking the Tabasco sauce with a little hint of whiskey in the background. There's not much of a hint of whiskey even in there. It's very overpowering, or it's very overpowering in the sense that if you drink it straight, it definitely is a certain taste that you're going for. But I think a majority of people will not drink this straight. I think a suggestion is to either chase it with I think ice was on there, which was strange. But like water, or I would just put a couple big ice cubes in it and sip on it that way. They suggested some like cucumber salt, which I don't even know what the heck that is. I don't make cocktails, and I'm not going to pretend like I know what that is. And I'm not going to do it, so I don't care to look it up, really. But if that's your thing, go for it. I think with some cocktails or mixing it with something, it might be interesting. I'm not sure exactly what you would mix this with because it's a very unique flavor profile, and that just really hot red pepperiness that's coming forward has very few things probably that it can be paired with. But one of the things I think that would be interesting is using this in cooking, because I can see some like steak or something like that that would be really delicious, maybe to mix this in with like a baste or a marinade or on some chicken. Who knows? Could be interesting. I'll try that out at some point. So overall, a very unique blend of these Southern classic companies, if you will, or staples. George Dickel whiskey, and then having the Tabasco sauce pairing together. It's not for me, per se. Some of the other flavored whiskeys or blended whiskeys that I've had before, I could see as being palatable for my taste of just like sipping it over ice or on a certain time of the year. Like Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, I might have in the summer over the rocks, or I may have, one of Jim Beam's maple or vanilla in the winter. But this I can't see myself drinking too much of, so I probably will go the route of cooking because I do love Tabasco sauce. And don't get me wrong, these two things on their own are totally separate entities, but putting them together, I don't know. It's not for me. It might be for some of you out there. Obviously, the marketing team saw that there would be a market for these and people to sell it to, so it's on the shelves. I don't know how long it's been out on the shelves. We'll see how long it lasts. But anyway, that's it for episode number 128. Join us next time. Not sure what we're going to do, but it'll be something fun. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you can do that, great. Until then, as always, if you're going to drink, drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time.